Okay guys, I wasn't going to do the video for stirring up the resin, but I got my timer on, so it'll take about 3 minutes, and if I need to, I'll pause it here in a moment, but I don't think it's going to be too bad. So I don't know where y'all are located. Drop me a state or a country down in the comments section, and let me know where you guys are watching from. I'm really interested because I am in West Virginia, which should be said in my bio. But let me know how you guys are doing, how your weather is, if you've started planting gardens, all those fun things. I'm in the process of trying to start planting. I'm actually a little late working on it, but I'm starting to plan on a garden out back. And my bee business is running a little slow right now, so I'm trying to keep myself busy from dealing with a few other depressing issues. But we'll leave that one, for whatever. But today and tomorrow, it is supposed to be snowing, guys. Snowing here in Barber County, West Virginia. And I am over the rain. I'm over the snow. Our power went out at about 11 last night, and it wasn't off for too long. City crews and power companies did really well getting everything put together and turned back on fairly quick for most of Philippi. So we weren't without power for too long. Luckily, it wasn't a horrible thing. Rumor has it that a couple of the power poles, because of how much rain we've gotten over the last week, and the ground got super soft, rumor has it that one or two of the power poles actually fell into our river, and that's what popped the transformers and whatnot. So there's that. Luckily, like I said, nobody was hurt that I know of, so we were all very blessed and safe, and it was an interesting night last night. Alright guys, I got about 20 seconds and we'll be done with this. And then we'll mix our colors together. Now the first one I'm going to work on, like I said, is going to be this one here. Alright, that was getting ready to go off. So, I ordered these off Amazon. And I'm going to put a little bit, because I'm not sure how much I'm going to need in this. I know it's not a whole lot into the little container here. We'll move that down here, because I'm not sure if this is going to be thin enough to actually pour it very well, but we'll figure it out. Alright, so I'm just going to put some of, whoops, well that should be more than enough, some of the bronze gold into that little container. Slide that back there. Again, I apologize for my hands being in the video in the way for a minute, but it's just pouring some resin into this little cup. Alright, there's that. And I'm going to set that right there for now. Get a couple wipes, because I'm going to need those for cleanup when I'm done anyway. I'll set those off to the side. Okay, get another little stick. Now we're just going to mix all of this up. This is a really pretty color because it is almost like a molten metallic. You know how people will smelt lead for doing black powder reloads and things? It kind of gives me that very, very pretty molten metal, which is exactly what I want for my little hammer piece. So in the process, and if this turns out as good as I hope, I'll probably try and make a couple more molds that'll be a little smaller than that. So that's pretty big for what I've got, for what little bit of resin it's going to take. But that's okay. So, go ahead and clean that off for the moment. And let's see what we can do. Trying to get, hoping you guys can see this okay. Nice little, whoops. And that's what I was afraid of, because it's such a small hole in there. Do a little tapping. Let's see, we'll get a toothpick. See if we can't get that to go down in there better. And I apologize for if this video runs a little long, so just kind of bear with me if you can, guys, because I want to do this right. And I'll be honest, I have never done a mold before. Julie at Pouring Your Heart Out, if you happen to see this, and if you can give me some pointers on this, I would be absolutely thrilled to hear from you on this. Alright guys, bear with me for a moment. I'll stick that down in there, because I know it's not going to hold that much, and I have a funny feeling I've made way too much of this golden resin. Alright, try to scrape that off into my little mold here. There we go. You know what, we may just have to use a toothpick to figure out how to fill that bugger up. There we go, we're getting some bubbles out of there. That's what I wanted. Get rid of those bubbles down in that hammer. Oops. Didn't want it to come open. That's not good. Yeah, we'll deal with it. What's worse could happen? I have to go and actually use the nippers, cut off some excess pieces that come out through the mold or whatever. So, alright, I don't know if you guys can see that, but we're getting a little bit at a time, and I've definitely made way too much of the gold resin. Here we go. Let's see. I think this is going to be okay, guys. I think it's going to turn out fairly good. Right. Get this baby wipe, clean that off a little bit, because I made a bit of a mess on it already. That's alright. I've definitely made way too much of the golden, but that's alright. You live and learn. Just take our time, and if that's what we got to do, then that's what we got to do. Alright, guys, I'm going to put you on a pause, and I'll be right back as soon as I can get this mold filled, and we'll show you what's going on with the rest of it, okay? I'll be right back. Alright, guys, as you can see, I'm pretty sure that I have it full. We're going to let that set for a couple minutes, because if you look, it kind of squishes up out of there. So we are going to let that set for a few minutes, and we'll be done with that one. Alright, so since I have that one full, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this cute little trinket bowl. It's just a little thing. I think that'd be really pretty. So we'll just, so we don't waste our resin, I am going to pour that in here. Get my little stick here. And we're just going to scoop that all in there. And I'm going to pour probably some clear resin on top of that. And see what kind of design we can come up with this. Be right back. Alright guys, I've decided that what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour about half of this in here because I know most likely it's going to be too much for those other pieces. So I'll pour about half, give or take a little bit. And I'm going to set that off to the side again. I want these to be fairly dark, so I'm going to use about a half of a little bit more than a spoon of our iron dust from Baltic Day. And I got these on Amazon. I'm pretty sure I told you guys I've got these mica powders on Amazon before. So we'll put that away. And we're going to go ahead and stir this up. And what I don't use on these pieces, if there's any left, I'm going to pour it on top of this one. I don't think I want to make it clear. But I might. I don't know yet. Kind of winging it today. So, get everything mixed together. I might have to try to get a little bit of a hurry because these are actually starting to get kind of warm for the resin. It's warm in my office, and obviously that affects how your resin warms up and gets started. Alright, so first one we're going to do is our little dragonfly, because it's going to be the most difficult due to all the little nooks and crannies that are in there. So I'm going to, we'll just give both of them little spurts. Alright, hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here. And kind of take my time on these little tiny sections. There's a lot of little nooks and crannies on there. And I don't want to overfill them too much, if at all. And this tail, I think, is going to give me the most trouble. Alright, so we'll put that there. We'll use my toothpick, kind of go up through the tail, just like we did the other piece. And again, I'm positive that I made way too much color for the dragonfly, but we also have our little sunflower, moon, and stars piece as well, so we'll see what we can do with all that. Now, between the little beads and a little tiny bit of mica, I'm hoping that that little bit of alcohol is going to be all I need. Yeah, I definitely made too much. We're going to have quite a few pieces today, guys. Sorry, off track. My kids tell me I have some ADHD, so who knows. Anyway, I'm hoping that we don't have very many bubbles, if any. So, that is my thought process on this. Alright, so again, we're going to start up here and just kind of let it go and do its own little thing, especially since I've got a little bit of alcohol in there. Kind of spread it out a little bit. Now, I'll probably go ahead and make a little bit more for my Jack Skellington. This is going to go to my daughter, Nikki, down in South Carolina. This is one of her favorite things, is The Nightmare Before Christmas. So, hopefully she'll see this video and will like what I'm going to be making for her to send down to her probably in a week or two. Alright, let's get this over here in these little tips. And just a little bit more. Alright, now the rest of it, hopefully we'll fill the rest of this up. without any issues. Bear with me for just a second, guys. Looks like we're going to do clear on the little gold bronzy piece when we're done here, but that's okay. It's kind of what I said I was going to do anyway, so. Right. We're going to move this around a little bit. Kind of give it a little squish, or mush them up a little bit. Some resin all over, and grab our stick. It might not be too much overload. Maybe it'll be just the right amount. Who knows? All right. Guys, I really would like to hear any comments that you have or see any. I will do my very best to reply. Let me know what you think, guys. I know my videos are still kind of hit and miss. I don't get to do very many. I do homeschool my grandson, and it takes a lot of my time. So, and if you all know of any good resin products out there, let me know. Drop me a couple recommendations, and I'll try and pick some of those up, different brands and things, and we'll go from there. Alright, guys, there's that. So we're going to wipe off our stick so we can continue to use it here in a little bit. Alright, and I think, I'm hoping our little dragonfly was going to be alright. Alright, so before I do anything else, give that just a quick little torch in the middle, and before we're done, we'll give it a little spritz with some alcohol. Alright, so, yep, that's definitely just starting to get a little warm. Alright, so I don't think I want to add another color other than clear, but we'll go with this for now. So we're just going to pour a little bit of clear in this one. And fill it the rest of the way up and see what we get turned out on this tomorrow when we unmold. Yeah, that should do it. With that, I'm going to clean up the outside of our cup here. Getting kind of messy. Alright, we can actually do a smidge more. Alright, and as Julie would say, just remember that it will kind of recede and come back away from the mold as it sets and dries. Alright, so I now have, clean up my mess. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I got about 40 mLs left, and I've got 4 pieces done. So, what I want to do with that, I think, is, I'm not really sure, to be honest. We'll set that over here. Looks like this is about as full as it needs to be. Awesome. Okay. Yes I do know. We are going to add see if these are going to be too big. Yep, they should probably stick up too far. Maybe. We can always sand them down. Alright. So we'll do a yellow. And thinking, I don't know if I like that one or not. Right, so that yellow, couple yellow, reach it a little further. Yeah, let's get some resin put in here first. Alright, I'm going to turn you this way just a smidge. And we'll bring that one over here. And I'm only going to put a little bit of resin in the bottom here for now. So we will actually do a multiple layer on these puffy hearts. So for now, we'll start with that. And as you can see, this really pretty little yellow flower that I got. And I think I ordered these off of Amazon as well. So we're just going to pop these down in here and smush them. And hopefully that will get some of the air bubbles. Like I said, I don't want a whole lot of resin in there just yet, because I need to displace a good bit, oops, I think it's flipped over, of the resin that's in there. And what I want to do is try to get as many air bubbles out of here as I can and see what we can do with that. May actually have to add a little bit more to this one. Yep, definitely need more. Alright. Flip you back over. And oops. Sorry for my hand being in the way, guys. Bear with me. I'm not as much of a conversationalist as some of my favorite resineers. Whoops. Knocking things over, guys. Alright, so we got 2 yellow. We'll do one with a couple purple ones. If I can get it out of the container here. Okay, so add a good bit to that, because we're just going to lay a couple of these purple ones on top. And then I can pour resin over top the yellow ones and just kind of let it sit. Oops, didn't mean to bump you guys, sorry. So we'll do, just kind of plop the purple flower in here. Like that. And break the stem of that one just a little bit. And we'll put this one about like that. Kind of push them down in so we can get some of those bubbles out of there. Alright, now for the other one, let me think here. This looks like a really pretty hyacinth kind of flower. So let's see here. Here we go. Oops, get off here. Alright, I think what I want to do with this piece right here, I'm going to take a toothpick and kind of marble it just a little bit. So I'm not real happy with the way it looks at the moment. So we're going to put our little blue flowers right here. And again, I'm not real worried if they're sticking out right now, because I know they're going to float to the top anyway if I decide to put them in there any other way. So that is not a big deal for me at this moment. I just want to get them in there because my resin's starting to get kind of thick. And just get a couple little pieces with some other colors here. And then we'll have a couple really pretty pendants that we can use when we get everything finished up. And I think I'm going to put a pink one right there. And I think that's going to be good for now. Right, get the rest of these flowers picked up. And I'll put those away real quick. Alright, So the rest of this resin I think I'm going to pour over top the yellow flowers because it looks like they have actually soaked up a good bit of that. It's not necessarily what I was wanting. So we're just going to kind of drizzle this around the outside edges and see what we can get it to do. I did get a little bit right there. And I know I went over top that little bail, I guess that's what it's called, on this one. But that's easy to fix. We just wipe it off. And like I said, I can actually sand these flowers down when they're finished. I was going to back coat them with a darker color, but I don't think I really want to do that right now. Alright, I may have overfilled that one. It'll be alright. I just don't want this resin to go to waste. And if I have to go around it with a pair of nippers or, you know, anything when they're done, I'm okay with that. It's not a big deal. Alright, I still got a little bit in here. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with that. Alright, and it does look like our stuff is kind of floating around. I want to try and get it to move just a little bit. Give it some motion, a more organic marbling maybe. And maybe it will encourage the resin to actually move just a little bit and not just stay in one spot. Here we go. That ought to do it. Okay. So, clean off my toothpick. I can use that again. And I will definitely need to sand down those flowers on the back side of them. And that's okay. I'm alright with that. Alright, so I am going to... Oh, wait a minute. What do I want to do with these? It's just a thin layer of clear. What can I do with that? Let's see. Bear with me, guys. I'm going to put you on pause for a minute. Be right back. Alright, guys. I'm back. This is starting to harden up pretty good, and I'm going to have to figure out how I want to do these. So we're going to do a couple small pieces and maybe throw some flowers in there as well, just so we don't waste our resin. It's really starting to get thick, and I don't remember Jade Diction getting that thick that fast before, but like I said, I've kept my office fairly warm over the last day or so, just because it has been really chilly here. Alright, so smooth that out. And I'm going to put some of this little, it's like a baby's breath kind of flower in this little piece here, I think. And I'm not going to have enough for those, so put those away. And we'll move that one over there. Sorry for my hand bitten away, guys. Bear with me, please. Alright, as soon as I get these in here, as full as what I can, I'm just going to leave it clear. But I'll be back in just a second. Alright guys, I'm back. So what I've done is I have picked out a few little pieces of flour that I have. I've picked them up at yard sales, ordered them off of Amazon, Temu, and various other places. And I'm hoping I can do this little project some justice here. going to take a couple of these, and we're putting them in this one. These little leaves, and just set that on top. I should put that on the back. All right, scratch that idea. They'll go on when we're done. All right, set that over here. Clean off the tweezers. I put some isopropyl alcohol in my cup. That way the cleanup is a lot easier. Then with a baby wipe, comes right out. So there's that. All right, little disclaimer there for cleanup. All right, so we'll put the blue one there. And again, we're just going to kind of push it down a little bit. And pink one here. And I really like this one because it's just kind of, I don't know, to me it's kind of elegant. So we'll just kind of put that one behind the pink flower. And we'll move that one right there. Kind of embrace the pink one right there. All right, and then you put this one here, if it'll cooperate. And I'm not too worried about the whole stem thing. So, all right, now for the leaf, you put that one here. And that one right about there, I think. And you could wear this either way. It's just gonna be a little pendant or a key ring, and I think it'll be really cute. So for a little heart, same thing. Just kind of gonna put these right here. Just kind of space them a little bit. And if they're too long, just break off the stem. Not a big deal. Just kind of tuck it down in there. And then I'm a little shaky, guys. Bear with me. I think my blood sugar's dropping. But we're almost done. So we'll put that around the little piece there. And we'll toss a couple of the pink ones in here. And that stem's a little too long. And the only reason why I'm using these tweezers is so I don't get my fingers down into that resin. Cleans up a lot easier with the tweezers than it does off your gloves. So, alright, and this one, we're just going to scooch these guys over a little bit. Just stick them down in there. Down in there. Alright. Now, that's pretty much all I'm going to do for now. Tomorrow we will start the unmolding process and see what we can do. I'm not too sure about this guy, so we'll see. But thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for visiting Faye's Fun Creations. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them down in the link below or in the description. If you have any comments, critiques, ideas, drop them there as well. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.